We gotta see some breakdown, bro. She looks like a 50-50 fucking monster, bro. Thought slaying. Dude, she looks amazing, boys.
And the princess has returned.
That intro, is that not the best intro, like, ever?
So you've been excited about this stream for a bit.
A long time, yes.
And I like how you went with blue. You had the blue motif going on.
Yeah, of course.
So yes, Katana has returned to Mortal Kombat 11.
Wow.
Steve.
She looks nutty, dude.
I don't think she's ever been cooler. I think,
yeah, no
her
shit.
look is great. Her face is amazing looking. Her costume, both human and
She looks great, yeah.
I'm all in.
What a surprise.
Well, yeah,
what a surprise.
Frigid take.
But she's human again, so.
Steve, Katana's back. What do you think? And
Yeah,
Steve's
she's
like,
okay.
Whatever, you know. No, she's great. Total. I mean, I haven't played with her a lot. I've played against you a lot, and it's been fun. So tell me, just from the start, what are you thinking about Katana right now? How is she playing? What should people?
She's
be
a 50-50 machine.
I think the main thing about Katana is her normal attacks are pretty much completely redone. There's a couple things that we wanted to bring back. Like, you'll see in a second that forward 2 is like have a long range, like, good footsie tool, which is the last 2 games, that's kind of what you want to do in the mid range. Other than that, though, her normal attacks are pretty different.
Yeah, for the most part, she's always holding her fans, right?
Yes.
Like, they're more of a weapon. Again, weapons, right?
Yep.
Oh, before we forget, too, in that trailer.
Cool.
You guys will see some Devora as well.
Yeah.
Which we will be getting to. After this, we're going to do a couple things with Centrion. We know we showed her on Game Informer. Show a couple things, and then we'll get to Devora after that.
Awesome.
So, back to
Yeah,
Katana.
so she
Oh, so we get to
uses
see.
her fans all the time now.
I thought it was Centurion. So
her
it's
special moves are where she's also
Centurion.
like a lot of the classic.
Centurion's her
special
name?
moves are back
Okay,
that you'd expect.
Centurion.
Like, she's still gonna
Cool,
throw
I
her
wanna see
fans
kinda
in
more
a
about her,
square
too.
way, but she's got like 5 or 6 brand new moves that she's never had.
Like different flair on the older moves and things like that.
Yes, a lot of the older moves have been completely reanimated. I think
Will I
she
play
has, like,
Katana?
almost a dance, like,
I'll probably play her in this game, but I absolutely fucking hated her in
I think in the last
games.
game,
Look, Jeff's back there
heavily,
fucking
like,
beating his meat because
assassin-based,
he's so
like, a
happy.
lot of kung fu kind of stuff, and that's still there, but it's a lot more graceful and elegant, I think, in this game. Which
Cool. Well, let's get to it.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Steve.
Dude, she looks sick.
all right, so we'll start off with her normal attacks, and I think one thing that's really interesting is she has a lot of really long multi-hitting strings that you have to kind of dial out really quickly.
Right.
You can see here, this is
Ooh,
her
that was
forward
cool.
2,
Oh, I
so it's
love
got a
Good
ton of
overhead.
range. But the thing is, while these do good damage and have a lot of hits, you actually can't hit confirm a lot of them because you have to kind of dial them out. Like,
Right. Because they are a lengthy dial-in combo.
yes,
Hmm.
this is like kind of one of her main strings, and you can either cut it short or do this last part here. She has a low that'll actually pop them up a little bit. She doesn't get a traditional combo mid-screen, but in the corner she can. And she does not have a pop-up overhead like a lot of characters, but she does have pretty good range on her hop attack.
Yeah, that's her
And a lot
neutral.
of her moves are also knocking them back. She is kind of a zoning character, too. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
She's always
That's still really
been.
good. It's not just her range. Let's check out her throws because they are beautiful. I love the little pose there.
Oh, she catches it. That was
Her last
clean.
normal I'd like to show is her back 1, which is a pretty fast, good range mid. And she has a couple of extensions off of it. In this one here, during the kicks, you can kind of hit confirm, see if it hits, let the whole string go. You can stagger it. And it is
That's good.
actually a crushing blow on a punish or a counter hit.
Yeah, we saw that in the trailer.
It's really good damage and
Cool.
pushes them full screen for her zoning.
So it's a counter, basically. So if somebody throws out a
Her down
dumbass
one's exactly
string
what you want from
where
her.
they
I would
whiff a
consider
move,
it a failure
then punish
if
with
her
that.
down 1 was not that.
Right.
Here's a question for you, as a former top katana of the world.
Many, many years ago.
Tell me, how many times do you think you've done a down 1 with katana?
The down 1 has made me quite a lot of money. That's all I can say.
Back in the day when you were doing it, there wasn't quite a lot of money, though.
Well, when you are as consistent as I am getting top 8 and you're only making $300 a tournament, when you get top 8 at every tournament you win because you're just that tight, it adds up.
It does add up.
So tight.
So how many
Steve.
times have you pushed the button?
It's got to be like 1,000 times, right?
How many
I
times
don't know.
have you practiced just pressing down?
I mean, the 1,000 times, I mean per game.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
That makes total sense.
Like, that was her anti-air, her footsie tool, her mix-up tool. So let's go into her special moves.
Her neutral's still going to be really
We'll
good
start
in
with
this
the
game.
fan
He
toss.
already
The fan
said she's a
toss is
zoner.
fast. Like the last game, it's super fast.
It is fast as shit.
It's a high attack. It
So you
can
can
hit
duck
people up
it.
the air. If you amplify it, she does a double one. This can catch people jumping or that are trying to walk in after the first one.
Fuck, that
it's
shit's
a great
fast.
projectile. Her air fan is back, but in my opinion, her ground fan is kind of...
She's gonna be so annoying, dog, to play against. Holy
Very
fuck.
similar to MKX. Fan lift is back. It's exactly what you want. It's a combo starter.
Yeah, it's easy to get around projectiles in this
Now she has a
game
new
with certain
move,
characters.
which
You're
I just
absolutely
whipped.
right.
This cool throat slit.
It's definitely
This,
not
to
hard
me,
to
is
get
how
in.
you're going to end most of your juggle combos. And it has a crushing blow.
But it's still gonna
If
be
you do an
annoying as
8-hit
fuck.
combo.
You're still gonna have to be patient. Ooh.
So once per game, you can kind of cash in, do an 8-hit combo, into the throat slit, and get significantly...
That's really
damage.
good.
But again, with the crushing blows, you can only do it once per match. So you
Right.
kind of got to know, like, if they're going to die anyway, you don't want to cash out.
Yeah, I gotta say we've been playing a lot of the game in the studio. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people,
A lot of people work
which is awesome. And like the meta game of figuring out your crushing blows and when you want to use them, and the times you accidentally down two when they're pretty much dead anyway, and you waste it because you didn't put hold on.
Yeah.
Like this meta game, I can't wait for the fans to start playing because it is some of my favorite parts.
Chat was cool looking.
She also has square boost back. The amplify is
Oh
really,
my
really
god.
cool. Normally, she can only do
Oh.
it in the air. And that's where we can get into the loadouts I made. I made 2 loadouts to show.
So she can do it on
So
the
first
air
one,
and the
I
ground
gave her
now?
Ground Door, which allows her to do square boost on the ground.
Oh my
It
god.
behaves just like the air one. It's super fast, so it's almost like a Shadow Kick or Raiden Superman.
Yeah, but that
It's a
shit's
great
unsafe.
combo ender. Like, for
That
example,
shit is hella
normally
unsafe.
can't
Boy, you
combo
block
after
that,
this.
it's a
If we have
wrap.
ground war equipped, I'll go ahead and go into square
Ooh.
boost to give her extra damage. The other thing I gave her is Flutter is back, which
Oh
is
no.
essentially like a double jump where you can lower. So you can do
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
a
normally
cancel.
she does jump kick fan to kind of get in. You can fake it out, and if they try to anti-air, come down with the jump kick fan.
Oh no.
Or you can use it to get over projectiles. Maybe like Noob throws a shadow, or Liu Kang throws a low fireball, and you're going to hit the ground. You can do Flutter. And then lastly, in this loadout, I gave her Royal Protection, which is a projectile absorb.
Hey, you didn't use Jax this time to set up.
Yeah.
We saw that. It gives her a
Smart move.
damage buff.
So you see her fans start glowing. When she absorbs a projectile, she actually gets a damage buff on all her fan attacks while
Oh,
the
that's
fan's
sick.
glowing. So
Hell
find
yeah.
her zoning
Make them
opponent
scared
out,
to throw.
absorb a projectile to stop their zoning, and then that actually
Yeah.
amplifies her melee to then go in and use her.
And her fans, right? So she can fucking amplify her fans and then counter fan you.
It's gonna.
Bro, what? So she can throw fans that are damaged, but that she blocks one
You know, we
projectile.
talked recently about how we're going to have 2 preset loadouts for tournament and ranked play. This is actually one of her tournament loadouts that I made. This is the one that I like using. I've been using it against you a lot.
Right.
So here's an example that
And
people are saying.
my Jax one actually is too.
Yeah, the one.
Oh, they're gonna be moves that are banned for.
So those are 3 moves.
Oh.
So how about one more loadout?
Also,
Yeah, let's do it.
just while we're talking about that, we will be playing our belt battle today in tournament mode.
In tournament mode, yes.
I wasn't ready for that.
You have to be ready for tournament. You
So.
never know when a tournament's going to start.
Well,
Do you not want-
usually you get an invitation to the tournament.
Do you not want?
So
do
chat room, does that
Did you not
mean
get your ancient scroll?
that they're not going
you
to?
not want to do that today?
Are you afraid?
What? Whoa.
You can't have your own loadout in tournament.
I'm not afraid of anything. I just.
That's kind of fair, to be honest, because I feel like just in the beta alone,
Know what their tournament
there was
loadout
some
is, but you know
broken
what?
shit with characters.
Do it.
Well, you will find out as
Baraka, prime example, dog.
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, we're all gonna find out today.
Like I don't know if his command
Be
grab
there.
is unblockable or what, but like I'd
It's
block
okay
and get
to
hit
go
by
for
that
the
shit.
fatal
Like you
blow
have to let
before
go
we
of block.
loadout too.
Well, wait. We gotta get the camera back. There it is. All right.
I got you.
Yeah, his 50-50 that he gets off that move is
See, the
retarded.
into the attack is a
You're right.
medium
I
long
agree,
range.
100%.
Pretty good
It's
if you
dumb.
like look for movement in the mid range. It's pretty slow. It's not like super fast,
That was
but
sick.
the range makes up for it.
Love it.
Let's see another fatal.
Real quick, do you have any sort of lore about? I mean, listen, doesn't have to be about 11. We cannot have a combat cast without a Katana lore minute.
Well, I can say this is a little known fact. It's from John Tobias's notes that came out a couple years ago. Katana was actually originally planned to be an MK1 under the name Katsune, and her role in the story was going to be Shang Tsung's daughter, and you would win her hand in marriage if you won the tournament.
Oh,
But they, they had a lot of story ideas that they never really went with, and they used her for MK2.
nice.
And that has been
Steve's Lore Minute.
awesome. Cool.
All right.
All right, so I'm
All
using
right.
Human Skin, which
Back
I
to it.
absolutely love. She has another version of this I like even more, but
She looks great.
But you're
Yeah.
going to see that in a couple weeks.
yeah. So in this loadout, I gave her 2 things. The first is Edenian Razors, which is this cool move where The fans circle them. It hits 3 times. You can use this.
I'm right there with Burke.
Burke in the power station is distracting me by acting the move out. So this move is really good to make your string safe. It can also be an anti-air, and you can get combos off.
All right, hang on.
You can also use it in the corner to get combos that typically aren't possible. So, for example,
I'm gonna wait.
That was nice.
I like when it says to get combos that aren't possible. Well, it's possible.
normally aren't
Yeah,
possible.
I got you, Steve.
The cost of this is you actually give up fan lift. So mid-screen, your combos are going to be significantly less. You're going to have to just do like a string into like a special move. But in the corner, you can see there, you're going to be doing hella damage. So that's one of the things that's kind of a trade-off. Then I also gave her Half-Blood Stance, which you can see in the trailer. She pulls out Melina's Sai, and from here she has a couple moves she can do. One is the familiar classic Melina Teleport.
What the fuck?
Another is she throws the Sai up in the air, and then she's freed up, and Katana can go in for pressure. So the opponent's going to have to block. Look out for the Sai.
That's going to be really good. Is it overhead?
She can go in for throws or whatever else she wants to do. It's especially good if you can get them blocking. Like you do a bunch of fans,
right?
Get them blocking, then throw this out.
That's how you mix them up.
If they start getting used to it and trying to attack you out of it, you cancel it. Lastly, she has the Sai Stab, which is a great combo ender. And that has a crushing blow, and the requirement is pretty interesting. It's
to pop up.
Hit with 3 of these Sai moves. So normally, you won't get the crushing blow. But after you've hit 3 of these, the next time you do it, you're going to get that, and that's actually going to pop them up.
Yes, sir. Yeet. There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're gonna have all the requirements for crushing blows. No worries, guys. As soon as the game comes out.
Yeah.
Good name. Nice job.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Pretty pumped.
So I would say that is our look at Katana. She's redone in a lot of ways.
Yeah, Melina ain't in the game, dog.
But I
think that confirms it. Unless she's DLC.
You know, the really good zone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
She commands the elements and life. She is almost the opposite of Shinnok in a way, where he was like death, bones, demons, all that nasty
So she's
stuff.
life.
She's
Okay,
like
cool.
Flowers, butterflies,
Cool.
puppies.
I'll fuck
fire,
with that.
Also fire and water, earth and wind.
Yeah.
You see that rainbow back there? She made that.
She made that.
She made that, right?
So she is one of the game's premier zoning characters. She is a great keep out.
Told
character,
y'all.
but it is not
I fucking told
traditional
y'all,
zoning
dude.
Where you're just like Katana's just throwing straight fans. She
Told
has
y'all.
more
I won't
sword
play her.
startup
She looks
combat
good,
moves that are, like, mid, close,
but I
and
won't
far.
play her.
First, let's briefly
Maybe.
go over
We'll
her
see.
moves.
We'll see. I'm
They're
talking
all
shit. We'll see what
very
she does.
effects heavy. It's super cool. She uses the elements, even her normals. I really love this water teleport.
That's cool.
She has this one where literally a meteorite comes, and if it's a counter hit,
The crushing blow.
she gets this crushing blow where it just absolutely bops them on the head.
Bop.
And then she
And
gets
it causes a
combo.
fucking
If I
knockdown.
wasn't old
Yeet.
and bad.
That's alright.
It's okay.
So that's how you're gonna learn what strings to throw
her
out and what
op
they
attack
do.
is just bopping you over the head with a meteorite thing.
Where does she get all these boulders?
Well, when you're an elder goddess, you can conjure anything.
No, yeah.
Reality is at your fingertips.
True. I've heard that.
Yeah,
So,
why are we
her
just
special
hearing about her
moves.
now?
One
Yeah.
of her core moves for her zoning is this rock. She bounces it on the ground, and while the startup is pretty slow, it's excellent on block. It has a long knockdown on hit. Like the opponent, space will be controlled when this move is hit
You're
or
getting hit with a
blocked.
boulder.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense that you wouldn't. want
That's
to
a
move it when
meaty
giant
boulder, dude.
Boulder was rolling at you.
Holy
But then to
shit.
complement it, she has this air one, and it looks very similar. It's going to be extremely hard to tell what she's doing.
Sure.
So you want to jump because of the rolling boulder, and then you're going to jump into this.
Oh my
She
god.
also has this rock wall, and if she amplifies it, it's a great combo ender, and this can actually absorb
I
projectiles.
was just gonna ask, can it absorb projectiles?
It can. And that is a crushing blow.
When it absorbs.
When it
Oh.
absorbs a projectile for the first time, you actually get the crushing blow. And again, once per game.
You have to meter
It's
burn
also
it
one of her key
to get it?
combos.
Now this is very interesting to me.
Yeah, I think you have to
Because
meter
some
burn
of
it.
you
I don't
sort
think
of
you just
shove
get it.
around for you.
That would be
This
fucking
one,
sick.
You might be trying to do that when you shouldn't be doing it because you know the first time you get a crushing blow.
Yes.
You might be throwing it up there and missing, throwing it up there. I mean, there's definitely some danger knowing you have to do it first try.
Absolutely. So then she has her Hellfire Beam. She can do this in the air or the ground, and if she amplifies it, this is not tracking. It's close, medium, or far, but it's real juicy damage, very, very hard to avoid. Then she has this Tentacle Grab. This is actually one of the few tracking moves in the game. Like, we don't have a lot of these in this, but this will actually go wherever the opponent is. It's pretty quick. It is not a low. It's actually a mid, so there are no over mix-ups. She just has to do it. And it has a ton of recovery on whiff or block. But, again, the opponent's kind of jumping around, walking back, trying to avoid all this business.
It's unsafe, by the way.
And at any moment you see movement,
so you block that shit?
go for the read, and you're going to get him, and then you're going to get a combo.
Just throwing the world at
Yeah, you can't just throw that shit out.
Her combos are not the greatest. She really doesn't have a lot of pop-ups because she's kind of a keep-away character. So often what I do is I actually do this move, let them restand, then I go for a throw, or I go for a overhead bop, or this move which just sends them back. So she's not a character that's going to hurt you super, super hard when you're wrong, but you're going to be wrong a lot as you're trying to get in.
Sure.
So I guess let's go over the load I made, which is some moves that are going to be interesting. A lot of people have not seen these moves. The first one I gave her, this is I went with more.
Adjust this
Earth-based
so you guys can
loadout.
see it.
I gave her a ground pound.
Oh, I love that.
It's 2 hitting, they're low. And then I gave her, she has these different buffs using the elements. I gave her this one where she summons the rocks. So now the way this works is, I'm going to switch to Jade. She summons the rocks.
Yeah, you're
and while you're in the rock field, if you
just
hit
can't see like
Centurion,
Jade's
the rock
half.
will actually
But
latch
so
out and
much.
try to hit you. So I'll show you. You can see. If it's blocked or whiffed, it actually won't, and you can actually avoid them. Like, they're not just immediately targeting. Like, I'm intentionally doing something low, and now I'm out of the field. But you'll see the rock actually comes down, and if the opponent's there, they'll get bopped. So Centurion, using both of her defensive stamina, if you look, it actually takes up her whole thing. She could set this up, go in for pressure, go in for throw, or whatever, block strings, and if the opponent tries to counter poke back, or try to do a juggle, wow, that happened to both of us.
Everybody's getting phone calls today.
They'll actually be hit. Now, because the stamina's gone, you got to think about the risk reward here, because that means if you dodge it and you actually combo Centurion, she's not going to be able to break away or do a wake-up attack for quite a while. So this isn't an end-all, you know, you just can't play the game, but it is a great, great defensive tool.
What the hell just happened?
Use it as like, I'm going to be on the other side of the screen, I'm going to put that up, and I'm going into zoning lane.
Sorry, chat.
You could definitely do that. I personally like using it offensively, kind of do it in the mid-range and then try to go in if they try to poke. But yeah, you could absolutely do that too. It's essentially, you can think of it as a shield, a high-risk shield.
Yeah, a ring of protection.
So let's check out her Fatal Blow before we go into her second loadout.
All right, here we
This
go.
one is extremely powerful. That is actually drop down and track you. So no matter where on screen, it's going to hit them on the top of the head. It is
it
awesome
overhead?
for zoning exchanges. Like, you can literally sit there, look for Jade to throw her glaive or turn
Gotcha.
on, and yeah, you got him.
Damn.
She becomes extremely deadly when she's in Fatal Blow.
That's really good.
You'd expect that out of an Elder God.
Yeah.
They just get stronger.
Help that tree. Nice.
All right, so let's go to loadout 2, which is my wind-based loadout.
Okay.
What, is that too much?
No, I think this is one of your best names ever.
Thank you. I thought of this Arbor Bay on the way to work, and
Arbor Bay.
That's good. I like it. I like it. So now
She
she's
looks
a little
sick.
darker, right? A little
Yes.
more evil.
I'm all in on her gear. I personally use this weird cosmic purple, like outer space looking.
She looks
thing.
sick,
It's really
yeah.
cool.
She looks like
That's pretty cool.
So the
Enchantress,
first move I gave her
kind
was
of.
this tornado. Typically, she doesn't have just a standard projectile that just goes straight forward.
I'm a fan.
She actually gets it. If she amplifies it, it goes full screen. The really cool thing, though, is actually the pushback on block, because it is hella. They actually go way back. So
They
this
almost
is
go as far back as they do when they get hit. If
yeah.
they're clear, right?
So it is super good for keeping the opponent at bay.
Bay.
Arbor Bay. So then I also gave her another one of these buffs, which is this wind tunnel. So again, I'll play Jade to show how it works, because this thing's pretty awesome. So while this is out, if Jade is on the outer edges, it actually slows down her movement, even her jumping. You can see it's like literally a barrier. And if you get to the center, you can move, but outside the edges, it's super hard to get in. And this totally complements the tornado move I gave her. So for example, you can go in here, do this, and you can see in mid-range, Jade is going to really struggle to get in. And even if she's blocking, she's going to be pushed back to it. So this is just the perfect move to keep someone out and keep at the range that Centurion wants to be in. So she doesn't have the best combos, but she has excellent keep away, and she's just going to be chipping them out, making them jump, making them try to maybe teleport in, or she could use her shadow kick and then punish it. It's great skin control. Again, though, she is using all her defensive stamina to do these buffs.
Right.
Cool.
Cool.
What do we got? We have anything left? Ooh, even the rocks turn.
Yeah, we kind of want to just give a few tastes of Centurion that we hadn't done from Game Informer. So what we're going to do real quickly, now we know everyone is very excited to see the Hive Queen Devora return. We do want to have bring in a special guest. Let's throw up a picture of Centurion, take a quick 30-second break to get our guest in, and then we'll talk a little more about the collective and show you a cool piece we talked about last week.
It's Honeybee, isn't it? Honeybee's a fucking cool dude. I've never met Honeybee. Yeah, I never met him, but I bet he's like a super.
Is back. It's not an overhead like in the original MKX it was, in XL it was not.
But it's fast.
But it is fast, it has great range. Then she has a bunch of really good new normals. She has this overhead, it's forward 4, it's super fast.
I think Chevy hit me with that about 4 times in a row the
Yeah,
other day.
I can see that.
So mad.
And that is complemented by a tremendous low that actually has a ton of reach, and she goes into this creepy crawler
Holy
move, which
fuck.
I absolutely love using. So you can see neither the 50-50 are going to launch you for a combo, but they're very fast and very, very irritating.
Right.
She also has this string, which I just absolutely love because of this part. She literally pukes on you, and then it's super fun to do. And we got to see her throws because they're both great.
That one's back.
She's hitting you with her babies, and then this one is too fun. I love the little gesture she's doing, the back and forth.
That's awesome. We need to make this.
Her little arms.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not. And
He
then
looks really cool.
4-1-3 is this really good advancing, very quick high move that can go into all her special moves. So let's go over special moves.
Let's do it.
That's a really good
Positive
string.
Rush is back. It's just like you remember it. Really good chip damage, great combo,
Amplify for
great pressure
distance.
tool.
Cool.
Then she has a bunch of new moves. I really like this projectile where I love the gesture she's doing. She sends out one of her babies, and it's a slow-moving projectile.
Yeah, it's slow as shit.
Good startup, but it's really good to let it go, and then
they're not like a traditionally straight. They actually
Exactly.
arc up
They're
and down.
wavy,
So depending
yeah.
on if you're ducking or not, they may hit you or they may not because of the path that they
It's
fly.
very, very hard to jump, and jumping is good against Devora because, her normals have such good range at taking up the range. So I think if you can, like, she's not
Wait,
gonna
so
win, like, a
depending on how
battle
it's
with,
spaced, you
Liu
can
Kang
get
or
hit
something,
by
but if
it?
she can establish her
Is that what
projectile
she's saying?
space,
That's
I think
crazy.
it's
So what's up with her babies? Why are her babies hanging out over on Aaron Black?
I wasn't ready to get to that.
Well, okay then.
Puddle is back. She has to actually control it close, medium, or far. You can see she puts it out. There's a bunch of delay, and then the opponent's going to want to get out of dodge or block it, and that's when, again,
Yeah,
she
she
goes
is.
in with this.
Super slow.
Yes. If she amplifies it, it actually happens immediately, and she gets combos.
Oh.
Theoretically.
Theoretical
When you're not old and bad.
Yeah, just throw that, Steve. That'll fix it. There you go.
And then she has this anti-air grab, which is one of her chief combo enders. This has a crushing blow if you anti-air with it.
Oh. And does bleed damage.
Now it'll actually do dot damage, which
Yeah.
everyone makes fun of me for saying dot damage, but
I say bleed.
multiple people are tweeting me because it's damage over time. It's saying damage over time. Damage.
I feel like that's normal.
Everybody says that, just like ATM.
I say bleed damage,
Yeah,
but whatever.
If she amplifies it, even after the crushing blow, she actually gets a restand.
Oh.
Or you can throw something at them.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, amplify it.
That's like Cabal's anti-air.
Hell out of that button.
They start
Ampli-
vomiting and a baby
Well,
spews.
Cabal's anti-air, you actually get a bounce
Yeah,
to
isn't that
combo
nice?
exchange.
She injects you with baby.
But
Yeah, she's
you can
trying to
combo
help you.
into it is what I'm trying to say.
Miracle of birth.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. So anyway, let's go over the loadouts I made. So the first loadout I gave her, my opinion, her coolest new move, which is Widow's Kiss. She teleports, comes from the ground,
We
drops
saw
bombs,
that. Amplify holds him in place.
and if she amplifies it, she gets a combo.
This is my favorite dang thing in the game.
Yeah, this is just, that's too,
No, that's so
he
good.
looks so cozy. Cozy with a K?
Of
yeah,
course.
I'm so glad you picked a guy with a hat.
And his cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
This is a combo starter. It's a great anti-zoning tool. So, like I was saying,
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you jump, you're getting caught.
Yep.
That's basically it.
if you move, you're getting caught. So,
Absolutely.
Right.
while a lot of her stuff has slower startup and it's hard
But
to
it's
get going,
definitely
again,
unsafe.
just like Liu Kang's very fast
Just like
fireballs,
Cabal's
if he dares,
dash is
he's
unsafe.
He's gonna get comboed.
Everything that leads to a combo in this game is
he's
unsafe
gonna become
ever.
a father.
I haven't seen a
So,
move yet that's fucking
now we're
safe
talking
that leads to a
about
combo, bro.
Yeah, what's up with
Not
little babies?
one.
So several different moves leave babies, you can see. And then she has this move where for half of her offensive stamina, she can call them back and they do damage. And this does not have, like, it doesn't matter where the opponent, what reaction they're in. Where they could be standing there, they cannot block it, it's going to hit.
Right, and she can call the babies back no matter what the opponent's doing.
Right.
Like, you're just taking damage from the little
It's
guys.
pretty much free damage at the cost of stamina and her startup. So there's a lot of risk, and it's not doing a ton of damage, but it is I use it as a rounder all the time.
It's kind of insulting to die to the babies.
It's also something that you can use when they're spun. You can go for it and then actually have time to do a combo. It is basically free damage for the cost of your stamina. If you're not afraid to use your stamina, it's great.
Sure. Cool. What
So
else we got?
that's actually the loadout that I use the most. That's what I've been using in the lab. She's one of my favorite characters lately. But I do have one more loadout we can check out.
Let's do it.
Actually, first let's do her crushing blow. Or, sorry, fatal blow.
Oh, uses the hand blades in her fatal blow, but not her normal strings anymore.
Boom.
That was okay.
Alright, so
That
one
was
more.
kinda
This is
late.
going to be kind of a trap-based pressure one.
This is what I want to see then. Trap
So, the
base.
first move
You
I
caught
gave
my
her
attention at trap base.
Is flipping out.
She
I
looks so
love
cool.
the alien, like, very
Yeah,
strange
she
costume.
looks
So
weird.
flipping out is a half-screen, super fast overhead that she can actually do from the ground or the air.
That is cool.
It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it has a crushing blow that actually leads to a combo. The
Oh,
requirement is you have to hit it twice in a row.
Okay.
So the idea was you're playing the game, you hit the overhead. Now the opponent, as they're getting up, remember she has the low, and they're going to know if you hit it with a second time, it's loaded, and then she's going to get a combo.
has to be
Again,
twice in a row
if I
though.
wasn't old.
So you like do one, then low, and then do double
I also
overhead. It's
gave
like a
her
mind game.
Pooping Bug, where she puts a bug out, and it actually,
And the bug has a bug.
yeah, the bug gives birth to a bug that then will go to the opponent and hit them. And this is, because it's slow moving, the idea would be the opponent's standing there blocking, she puts the bug out. Now, that's coming, and she can go in, and the opponent is going to have to respect that bug.
Ah, yeah. It's like
Not doing it
Katana
close
Sai.
enough. All right. There, and you see,
Yeah.
the opponent's going to want to block it, which is going to open up throws for 50-50, whatever you want to do. And the
Right.
amplified is super strong.
Gotcha.
It actually will
It poops multiple
spew out
bugs.
3 of them.
Oh, so you want to amplify that shit for sure? Yeah, you definitely want to
She's truly the
amplify
Hive
that.
Queen.
Her
And-
babies are having babies.
Yeah, the
But I
babies
feel
are
like
having babies.
it's all about distance. I feel
Well, it's
like
fun, like
how you
bunnies.
should use that would be
And then
like closer
lastly,
towards the
she has- I
corner.
gave her an air version where the babies explode and then seemingly go off to heaven. And they will hit the opponent. And she can amplify it and do multiple.
Oh my goodness.
There'll be 3 on screen that are slow-moving upwards projectiles that the opponent has to block. And again, if they're sitting there blocking, she goes in for her 50-50.
So you can throw ones on the ground and one on the top and amplify both of them for a
Yeah,
setup.
she plays her game while her bugs are doing
Her
work
doing
for
I
the
feel
work,
like
blocking
when somebody
out.
gets in the lab with her, she's gonna be fucking nuts.
Yeah, or they're mesmerized by the bugs. That are
Yeah, we just have to
out.
look at her. She doesn't seem like
Cool.
Yeah,
damaged
I think
character.
Devorah, very interesting trap character, setup character. I think if you liked her pressure setups, you know, set play design from the last game, I think you'll be super happy.
What
I didn't
about-
like her. So
Am I allowed to ask about it? More fatality?
I think we can do that.
Let's do it.
Let's play a match with her.
Okay, let's see.
we're gonna get a fatal.
Very excited to be able to show Devorah finally.
Yeah.
I know that Honeybees probably likes me again.
No.
Nah.
No.
Probably not. Probably not.
But yeah, no, she's got a lot of new, unique things.
Why? Do they have like some sort of beef or something?
Yeah, we saw a teaser for that in the trailer. She dies and actually comes back as a baby, and the best part is the baby.
I'm not even. I didn't.
Oh, Burke!
Those are all the same.
You seriously can't tell us apart.
As you will die soon. This one cares
I
not.
love her putting the baby back in.
Yeah.
The
when
same
she
voice
actually-
actor, yeah.
When she dies, she comes back as a bug. And then
Yeah.
you can actually fight as a bug by either spitting stuff or stinging them. It has its own move list itself. It's
yes,
great.
I love that the move list is like buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah.
You're getting wrecked.
So when
It's
she
like-
dies, she comes back as a bug,
That's
so she
fake.
can live twice.
Oh.
That means she can't get fatality.
If you did lose to the computer, is that kind of it for you on the combat?
Yeah,
test?
I mean, I would agree.
And this is like the computer on meeting.
Yeah. No, I agree, but it's fine.
The Widow's Kiss, also love that move.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of really cool new things that like show off her bugginess and her personality.
Oh.
Wow, Jax is absolutely going ham. Look
Is
at that.
Tyler playing?
Oh man, thank you so
Heyo.
much.
There you go, Steve. Oh.
That was a setup.
Care
When you
about
press a
your
button.
bugs.
Oh man, your last show, crazy.
I didn't see you going out like this.
Do you know her fatality?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh! I've never not been hit by that move. It's okay. I'm gonna survive and I'm gonna win. It's fine.
I don't know. His arms are going to be fully heated up now.
No, I've got this. I've got this.
Ah!
See, I told you. Don't worry.
That would have been a pack.
I'm a big fan of this fatality. I think it's a real good one.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
Both of them out.
Oh. Oh.
Gross.
No,
Gross, 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 gross.
no one saw that coming.
That was
that's-
fucking sick. Okay,
Yeah,
her fatality's fantastic,
Yeah.
dude.
She's just
fantastic.
multiplying.
So that is Devora
That's Devora.
coming very soon.
Oh.
11 days, right?
Yeah,
Until
it's 11
Mortal
days.
Kombat
I can't
11.
believe it. It seems like we just started.
It's funny when you like just talk to me about this. Like when we did the thing in LA when we announced the game, right? That feels like